actually really pleasantly surprised by some of the onboard entertainment systems lately. Some of them have really recent movies. Like, I watched this movie 42, which was actually a beautiful movie. Really brought a nice message across and realized we have to be nicer to each other. It's a great movie. Anyway, game number 2 is live. I almost forgot to switch scenes. It's still bound to happen one time that I won't do it. Like,
that's what this movie... That's what you remember from this movie? That you need to be nice to other people?
No, I just realized that like how terrible people used to behave. Like just 50, 60, 70 years ago is really shocking. It was a nice movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay.
And it showed us that we are kind of blessed to live in this day and age.
I'm glad you made you a better man.
Yeah, I mean we're not there yet all around the world, but let's just say it has been a lot worse in the past. Either way, liquidations of course are blue Terran spawning in the left bottom side of this map. And on the left top side we got Warer Invitational, who is a red Terran player.
And he's not going to respect his sponsors much as he builds his barrack right on top of it.
Like, sweet Jesus. So where can we follow Team Warer again? Anyway, she's like, I don't care, just follow me at Warer Inno. That's the only thing I care about. TaeJa on the other end is showing some love to Team Liquid, which of course you can follow at Team Liquid Pro or just at Team Liquid. Both will do, both will make him happy. And give Liquipedia a follow because it's probably my favorite part of Team Liquid. No matter how good the articles are, no matter how fun the forums is. If I had to choose one of the three, like the news, the forums, actually it would be a hard choice, but I'd still go with Liquipedia.
Liquipedia is pretty sick, man. They've been updating actually the results of this tournament very, very quickly every time, which is really nice because we didn't have graphics for that, so just use Liquipedia all the time.
You know, like sometimes they are so fast that they are watching the games live, and of course they watch soccer as well, so when a player is very far ahead, sometimes they already update before the game is over, and it has happened like once or twice in my history that I checked Liquipedia and they actually updated before the game was over, and it was some ridiculous comeback. That's funny.
Either way, InnoVation versus MC?
No, I think that one was really hard to call. Like it was just madness all over the place. And finally, when you thought, okay, InnoVation might have this, InnoVation has stabilized, and MC pulled it up. But it was close to the bitter end. Comment said the first for TaeJa, InnoVation did scout it, so he knows that he's facing a small economic uphill battle.
And TaeJa did scout the main of InnoVation, so he knows exactly what he's going to be up against in some of the timings. And InnoVation, upon seeing this, he starts his own command center.
Yeah, and he rallied a Marine across the map. The Marine from TaeJa is not out yet, so he's going to be forced to put his SUVs for a split second. But right now, InnoVation's forces are outnumbered.
3 SUVs went mining for some time here. Small victory for InnoVation. 2 Marines and he goes back at it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but there's still the same amount of Marines for TaeJa. TaeJa will have to pull SUVs once more, just for a split second, because this one additional SUV represents a little bit of either damage or HP that he can soak up. Great micro there by TaeJa, doesn't lose anything. InnoVation might lose a Marine. Look at this SUV, man, Bob.
What up?
Man, these drilling claws are not to mess with.
These drilling tools, these repairing tools, man. They do more than just repair.
I mean, you would expect it to do even more damage. I know this is something that Mr. Bitty used to be obsessed with. Funky opening over here.
Tell us more.
Well, like, he always like, man, they have a freaking drilling claw. You would expect them to pierce right through anything, you know? Why do they so little damage? Anyway, funky build here by InnoVation. He's going to build 2 Hellions. Maybe Hellions and Banshees? Maybe he's going to force some Marines to be on the low ground while the Banshee is going to wreak havoc in the main base.
Playing a TVZ side here, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. TaeJa even pulling off that mule before its final trip, which he won't be able to complete. He will mine the minerals, but he won't be able to bring it home. So sometimes you see Pro Terran players put their mule on hold for the last 5 seconds.
By the way, did you tweet about this game? I bet not. Top 3 NA production, but not top 3 social network.
I was too busy playing the route in the break. This is important. Okay, so we're going to have 6 Hellions over here and then a Raven. So I guess we're going to see a meching InnoVation over here for game number 2.
Oh,
Scan goes down.
Yeah,
and Cloak is on the way.
Yeah, maybe he's going to cancel. Yeah, he just cancels.
It looked like it was further done than it actually was. unless I was mistaken. I don't know.
No, no, no. Just started recently.
Of course, InnoVation, TaeJa did probably figure out like, a reactor on your factory. Okay, we're gonna have to worry about Hellions, or what's the deal? So he put the Widow Mine in the front immediately. He had it in his mineral line, but when he had the missile turret there as well, there's no need for that. There's no need to double up on security.
Okay, how well do you think the Banshees are gonna do this game? On this position, it seems very tricky to get them to damage.
It's gonna not be as effective on Young. So A, the distance is a lot longer. B, there's going to be a Raven and there are Vikings out. So if these Banshees from TaeJa will be able to get a few kills early on, that's already better than I expect them to do. But Cloak is a very useful upgrade throughout the entire game, especially when you play against mech. Because how often doesn't it happen that the meching player has a ridiculous amount of Hellions / Hellbats and tanks, but then there are like 2 Banshees above that army picking away a lot of workers and buying time for the bio player to stabilize. So it's not a useless investment regardless by TaeJa, but it's going to be hard for him to make it pay for itself early on.
Double factory going down for InnoVation here before he gets a 3rd command center, so we're going to have some mech play out of him. Whereas TaeJa maybe didn't make up his mind. Oh, double factory as well. So I guess this position, both players, they favor mech in these positions.
But 3rd command center already in production for TaeJa, so once more he's going to continue producing a small economic lead for himself. Cloak Banshee is going to fly in, but there is a Raven there, there is a Viking there. It will get, I guess, a few kills before it dies, but...
Trying to escape the grip of that Reaper here. As we had no turret made by InnoVation, I don't think he even has an engineering bay. He's relying entirely on this Viking and that Raven. How many kills? 2 kills. Gets a 3rd one just before dying.
Well, 3 is almost better than I expected. I felt
better than nothing, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. And of course, he, as I mentioned before, you will have Cloak throughout the entire game, so it's not useless. TaeJa, on the other end, just sitting back. Man, mech versus mech on Frost is not something I see very often.
Whoa! What? He starts a 2nd starport and gets a tech lab next to it?
Oh,
what is this? Yeah, TaeJa. He starts a 2nd starport and made a tech lab next to it right away.
He's probably
gonna... BCs or something?
Eventually we might see BCs, but I think he's just gonna rely on some Banshees throughout the entire game. I guess he's gonna need both. He's gonna need a reactor, yeah.
Maybe he needs Raven.
No, I think he just wants to win the air control, so he's gonna need Vikings. So he's gonna need. He wants to win the air battle, but he still wants to produce a few Ravens and Banshees throughout the entire game. So.
But not that have the gas to make mech units other than Hellbats plus Ravens, so this is a bit weird. I guess maybe you're right. Like just few Banshees here and there. They are not that much gas heavy to make. And he does get a Banshee first from this.
His 3rd orbital is a lot quicker than the one of InnoVation. So InnoVation does have a minor work lead as he had the 3rd orbital in command. Or no, actually that makes sense. Never mind. I'm kind of wondering why.
3 Vikings, 2 Banshees and 1 Raven moving out here a little bit. Trying to find something. Man, that barracks. Land!
Yeah. He needs to keep that barracks alive because he right now is only at 3 factories. And you don't want to lose your barracks before you produce that 4th and 5th factory.
I'm surprised TaeJa doesn't send those Hellions to kill that barracks plus those Vikings, but it could be a retard magnet, and a big retard magnet. Imagine it would be like the best trick ever.
Yeah, but it's a little risky as well. As I said, he doesn't want to lose the barracks just yet. In the later stage, maybe it doesn't matter that much. Right now, he doesn't want to lose it. First store in production already for InnoVation. And double armory going down for TaeJa in his main base.
Man, I would have loved to see fast BCs.
It would probably be pretty sick, to be honest with you. And I think we are going to see some BCs. Looking at how this game is shaping up, looking at how both players are just taking a defensive posture so far. Mech versus mech on Frost, like I said before, every now and then you see one player mech, but both of them meching at this map doesn't happen very often, as far as I recall.
By the way, TaeJa, he made his first armory late, so he made 2 instead of just getting 1, so he's gonna start upgrading quite heavily very soon, whereas InnoVation is almost done with +1 here. And remember, those upgrades combine with the air units that both players have.
I mean, it's going to be super important for TaeJa that he crushes the air battle, because he is relying on these benches to do some serious work. Let's not forget, Johan, that he just lost his barracks, so that means no additional factories for quite a while. for TaeJa. INnoVation on the other hand is going up to his 4th and 5th command center. Viking War is going down. PDD is being casted immediately on both sides. The Viking count currently 11-9 in favor of TaeJa. He's still hiding those Banshees, but there is the magic word Thor is here. And he's still producing Viking. This is really bizarre. I have no idea how this is going to go. It will all depend on whether or not TaeJa is able to, you know, crush this Viking number of INnoVation.
They have very similar armies. INnoVation with a slight lead, 104 against 97. Actually, TaeJa just caught up, but +1 upgrade is up for INnoVation. He's gonna go for it. He thinks he has enough. TaeJa was already sieged, but he has only 3 tanks. One of those is actually not even shooting right now. INnoVation doing a ton of work here. But those Banshees and Vikings, the air battle was won by TaeJa here.
And that's the only thing he really cared about. He will be able to clean up everything that the INnoVation brought over here, as he will have nothing to protect those tanks. Great fight there by TaeJa. INnoVation perhaps getting a little ahead of himself there. Just the right amount of Vikings for TaeJa there. His macro even slipped a little bit. He will be able to clean this all up. He's throwing down a lot of additional command centers. No, that's INnoVation. Wait, how's TaeJa able to produce that? Okay, he rebuilt his Rex. I was like, how can he build factories?
Looks like TaeJa wants to go for a counter-attack here. He still has the perfect air control. One tank is going to go through the wrong way here and die. And Siege is going to be used here by TaeJa to Siege, kill the turrets and tanks.
Wow.
No better way to say it.
Man, really sick little hidden maneuver with that second star for creating those Banshees. And INnoVation is actually in a lot of trouble now. He just can't seem to catch a break. He won't stabilize. There is the Thor though. Thor getting a couple of juicy shots up. He might be able to take care of these Banshees. The Vikings are going to land trying to take out this Thor. That's a sick move.
They're going to be able to take it actually. And that third base, man, he had to be evacuated, but no, did all of those SCVs die? Yeah.
Yeah, it's GG.
4 GG. 4 GG. We have a GG.
TaeJa takes game number 2 as well over here in Mac, which didn't really take as long as I thought it was going to take. Sick move, second star for it. INnoVation not being aware of it. He did have one